Hi, all. Good morning. Ramaya here. Today, I am going to discuss about SCD Type 2, how we are going to capture the historical data in our Informatica Power Center. There are three types of methods are available. Based on date method, we can maintain the history of the any particular record, or we'll go with the flag, and we have versioning as well. If the same record is coming from the multiple times with the changes, that will be captured as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. How many times record is updating and coming from the active source, and how many times we are capturing into our target table. Okay, suppose I have one particular record here, right? EMP number, e-name, shall, job, and commission. So in my target table, based on the surrogate key, okay, I can say this is the surrogate key, synthetic key, or data warehouse key. Okay, we call it as multiple names. Okay, here I am using like surrogate key. So EMP number is 7899, right? I'm capturing it in my target table. Today I am going to load into my target table with the start date, right? Or I can say this is the insert date. Okay, start date is March 1st. Okay, and the flag is white. Again, there is some change in my source. Okay, suppose over the period of time, this particular employee promoted as senior associate. Okay, this particular employee promoted as senior associate. This information also I want to capture here. Right, then how we are going to capture this one? The surrogate key is, you can see the surrogate key here, right? Surrogate key is 2. And what is the EMP number? 7899. Then what is the name? Smith, right? And the salary may be changed. Salary may be changed here. Like before we have 1000, now I will provide 2000. Okay, and what is the current position of this particular employee? Associate, right? Associate. He promoted as a associate. Now the commission may be changed. Commission may be changed. Now, when the same record inserted into this particular table, maybe over the period of time, right? I can say next day or after some months ago, right? After one year or 2 years, whatever it may be, right? That date we are going to capture here. That date we are going to capture here. Okay. Suppose today for practically I am showing you here as to insert date, right? I can say this is the March again 2022, and there is no end date for the current record. There is no end date for the current record. Okay, suppose this is the March 2nd. I am going to insert the new record on the previous day. Previous day means March 1st. March 1st is end date for the previous date. Okay, March 1st is end date for the previous days. And this flag is, I am going to change it as a N, since this is considered as a invalid record. Okay, and the current record having Y means that this is the active record, and the flag which is having the N and end date. What are all the records that are having flag is N and end date, right? It is a not null, right? There is some date here. These kind of records are called as the invalidated records. Okay, what are all the records that are having flag N and end date? Those are all come under invalid records. Okay, while you are doing lookup in your mapping level, lookup transformation will identify only the active records which are having flag Y and is there any end date as null. Okay, in my mapping, I am going to provide end date as null. Okay, what are all the records are having end date as null? Those records will consider as a active records, and it will compare with the records which are coming from the active source, and it will load into our target table. Okay, let me show you the mapping flow, how I designed here. Okay, then I'll load you the current data and updated information which is coming from the active source, and will update into our target table also. Okay, yeah, now if you see here carefully, this is my mapping. Okay, this is source and source qualifier. Source qualifier will help you to convert native data types into Informatica data types. Okay, I mentioned in previous sessions also very clearly about this. Now, what you can do, take lookup transformation on target table. What is your target table here? What is your target table? This is your target table. Lookup always on target table. Okay, take lookup transformation on target table, and you can compare with the EMP number equal to EMP number, whether target table EMP number and the EMP number which is coming from the active source are matching or not. If it is matching, yes, there is already one record is available, but again same record coming with the change from the active source, then that will be updated. Okay, this is the first check we are doing. Let me show you here. See, this is the condition that I have, and see, I have taken the EMP number 1 from the source, and I provided condition here. Now go to your lookup override. This is, if you click on this one, generate SQL, automatically you will see this particular content, right? Then what you have to do, you just add this where class alone, where end date is null, wherever or what are all the records that are having end date is null, those are all come under validation to compare with your current data, to compare with your source data. Okay, that is the reason I have provided here where end date is null. And you can give AND operator here. You can use the AND. You can say like flag equal to Y. That also you can add, no problem. But for my practice purpose, I have provided where end date is null. What it will do? Lookup transformation will identify only the records which are having null, and it will compare which is coming from the active source, and it will decide whether record is available or not. Okay, this is the first check that we have to do. Next, okay, go to here. I am going to click on this. Now take one particular expression transformation to segregate what are all the columns or ports coming from the source. You just to rename like SRC, which are coming from the source, you can rename as a SRC. And what are all the columns that are coming from the lookup table, those values you can rename as a TRG to get the better understanding while you are going to create the logics here. Okay, it will help you more. Now, once these things are completed, you just create SRC checksum and TRG checksum. Let me show you what is SRC checksum and TRG checksum. See, this is SRC checksum. By using MD5 function, I just added multiple columns that I am going to compare with the target columns, target data. See, SRC ename concatenated with the job and salary and DPIT number. Okay, MD5 function will provide you the output always in hexadecimal only, in hexadecimal. Okay, and it will compare with the source hexadecimal output with the target hexadecimal output. Here I have added only ename, job, salary and DPT number. Okay, accordingly it will compare with it will provide one output. Same output will compare with target TRG checksum value, and it will see whether is there any changes. Okay, already if we have any record in target level and one more record, I mean like same record is coming with the change. If there is any change, it will identify, yeah, there is some change. Okay, job is different, or maybe salary is different, or maybe department is different. You can sum up with the multiple columns here by adding concatenate sign here. Okay, and you can compare with SRC checksum. SRC checksum is nothing but sum of the value which is coming from the source. TRG checksum is nothing but you are comparing with the data which is available in target table. Okay, now this is one check I have created. The same way I have created for target checksum also. Where I am going to use this one? Where I am going to use this one? See, once you have done with your expression transformation, you can go ahead and you can create the groups. This is the very important. See, is null of employee key or SRC checksum is not equal to TRG checksum. What is the C group name here? Insert new and update old record. Insert new, old with change. Okay, it is nothing but if any record is new record, is null of employee key, is nothing but no record available. No record available at the target level. That is going to insert in this pipeline. Or if SRC checksum is not equal to TRG checksum, the record is available in target table. Again, same record coming with the change. Both are not equal. Okay, I have record in target table, but the same record again coming from the change with some changes. Maybe job may be changed, DEP number may be changed, salary may be changed, commission may be changed, whatever it may be. Okay, it will identify. It will identify. Right? It will identify, and that particular record also going to update in our target table. So what is happening here? New record is going to insert in our target table, or the one which is coming with the change already available in our target table, but again it is coming from the active source. There is some changes, job or commission or DPIT number or salary, whatever it may be. That particular changes are also we are going to capture into our target table. Okay. Now, what is the second condition that we have? This is pretty simple. Okay. Not is null of commission. It is nothing but there is a record available. And there is a change. There is a change comparatively existed record in the target table, and the one which is coming from the active source having some different values. That record we are going to invalidate. This condition will help you to invalidate the existing record. Okay, invalidate the existed record, and the same record related values again you will receive with the update that you are going to load into your target table with the help of this particular condition, that is insert new and change update old. Here only you are going to load new records and changed records which are coming from the active source. But this condition will help you only to mark already existed record and coming with the change. Those records we are going to mark as an invalid update flow. Okay. I'm going to show you one more transformation here. See, this is expression transformation. I just added the expression transformation here to take start date or insert date. Insert date is you just take it as output port and you can provide sys date. It will take the system date automatically. And this is indicator. Okay, this is indicator. For all new records and the records which are coming from the update are going to insert into your target table with the system date, and the flag is Y. That is the reason I have taken one expression transformation. The rest of the columns will go as this. Now, okay, see here from the expression transformation, I provided a link to my target object. Okay, target object. And what is this employee key? Employee key I am going to maintain with the help of sequence generator transformation, right? As I discussed in earlier sessions, sequence generator transformation will help you to create the sequence numbers. Okay, so this is completely insert to flow, right? Then let me check with the updated flow here. Okay, from the update flow, what we have to do, take the employee key, that's all. Okay, take the employee key. Based on this, you just create two ports. One is end date, the record which is already available and coming from the source with the change, that record we are going to mark it as a invalid with the end date. See, this function you can use, add to date. System date, suppose today you are going to update the, which is having the updation, right? It means that which is coming with the change, that particular record we are going to insert into our target table. Previous record, right? Previous record, the same EMP number, previous record, we are going to mark it as a invalidated by providing end date. Suppose today is first, right? 1st March, right? I am going to minus 1 day. 28th February, it will take as a end date for the previous records, right? And I will say indicator as N. This is the hard code. You can provide hard code in single code. So automatically what will happen? These values, these ports you are going to provide to your update strategy transformation. What it will do? See, I am going to provide the constant name as DD update. What are all the ports you are getting from the upstream? Upstream here it is expression. Those values are going to update with the help of update strategy transformation. And you just give the connection from here. All right, see, you are giving the connection. Employee key as usual, employee key and end date. End date means system date minus 1 day. So today is March 1st. What kind of date it will take? Minus 1 day. Yesterday it will capture as a end date for the updated records in your target table, and invalid. Directly we are giving the hard coded value to invalid indicator as N. This is how it looks like. Okay, it is pretty simple how we are going to maintain the SCD type 2 in Informatica Power Center. Okay, this is pretty simple. Now I already created the session also here. Let me show you that one. I have one session for this particular SCD type 2 mapping. Let me show you. This is SCD type 2 open. Yeah. And you can give the information, connection information as well. See, source qualifier, target. Make sure that you should not enable truncate target table option. If we enable this one, what will happen? Integration service will help you to truncate the previous data and it will load the current data. Right? So now we are maintaining the history of the data. If you delete this one, every time your Integration service will try to help you truncate the previous data and it will insert. If you want to update, you are not able to do because there is no data available in our target table to compare. That is the reason we are not able to capture the updated information. If you want to capture the updated information, there should be some data available in target table. That data will compare with the which are all coming from the active source, right? Those source values records you are comparing with your target. So you need previous data also here. You should not enable this one. Okay, we have one more target. This is the instance of the target actually. Logically we have two and physically we have only one, that is trg_emp type 2. Here also you should not enable this one. Okay, and make sure that your target table having primary key. Otherwise, DML operations are not performed. If you want to perform any DML operations, primary key is mandatory at your target level. Okay, this is how we are doing. Okay, already I have created this one. See, I have workflow also. Let me run my workflow. This is the relevant workflow that I have. See how many are loaded in my target table. How many? I have 17 records are loaded into my target table. Before that, you just verify whether records are there in your target table. trg_emp type 2. No records, no rows are selected. Let me run the same one. Yes. See, today March, I inserted the almost 17 records here. Okay. Let me show you the source data. Okay. See, I am going to update one record. Update EMP. Always update the data with the source only. You can update data in source object only, not target. Okay. Update EMP set shall equal to I'm giving 1000. Okay. Where EMP number equal to 1132. Suppose after performed your DML operation, you just issue the commit interval to store permanently in your Oracle database. Yes. Let me verify the source data again. Select star from EMP. Yes, 1000 is updated here. I am going to run my session again. Start workflow. What are all the changes that are happened? Changes will be captured into your target table. See, okay, there is a updation happen, one record, right? There is a updation happen. If you want, you can see here also. Okay, what is that one? Yeah, see, target success rows, right? You have to target success rows, correct? You have to target success rows. What does it mean? The one record inserted into your target table, plus one more record, same record is updated as invalidated. That is the meaning we have two records here. Okay, here it is showing two, right? If you see carefully, how many it is showing? See now, target success rows, 2 rows. Same record is updated with the change, and the same record is updated as a invalidated. That is the meaning of this target success rows is 2. But we updated only one record. Let me show you that one. Okay. Now see, what is this one? Yeah. Where is my updated one? 1132. 1000. It is updated. The same record previously we have 888, right? 888. I marked it as a version, right? I mean, this is the flag actually. I'm supposed to provide as a flag N, and here this is end date. End date is 28. Yesterday date. So what is the active record for this 1132? This is the active record. See, there is no end date, and I have this is the flag is Y. So next time, if I change the same record again, integration service will help you to take the only active records. That is the reason I have provided the condition in lookup override as a where end date is null. It will not come under comparison next time. It will not come. It is already inactivated. It will not come into the picture to compare with your source record. No, that will not come. Only the latest record will come and it will compare with the which is coming from the active source, and it will update the records here. This is how we are going to maintain the SCD type 2 in Informatica Power Center, and you are able to see the employee keys also, which is generated by your sequence generator transformation. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, and if you want, you can subscribe my channel and support us. Okay, thanks a lot.